We've been chasing beauty for as long as we've existed. We carved it into marble, painted it in gold, filtered it through screens. We built civilizations around the idea that beauty was divine, that it was something to be reached, not lived. But somewhere along the way, we forgot what beauty actually is. Perfection became the lie we all agreed to believe. The Greeks thought symmetry was the language of the gods. That flawless proportion was the sign of divine order. Their statues gleamed with smooth, untouchable faces, frozen in eternal grace. The Renaissance revived that same ideal centuries later, sculpting beauty into balance, harmony, mathematical precision. Even in the 20th century, fashion and film echoed this belief, that beauty was something pure, polished, without cracks or blemish. But the truth is, perfection doesn't move us. It impresses us, yes, but it doesn't touch us. Because perfection is cold, it's distant. It has no story to tell. A flawless statue doesn't breathe. A symmetrical face doesn't struggle. A pristine surface doesn't remember being touched. And so even as we praise perfection, we can't love it. Love doesn't bloom in flawlessness. It blooms in the places where things break a little. The smile that's uneven, the skin that shows its history, the art that doesn't try to be perfect, but tries to be felt. The Japanese have a word for this, kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, they fill them in, making them part of the beauty itself. The flaw becomes the focus. The imperfection becomes the story. That's the opposite of everything our culture teaches us, yet it's the one idea that feels deeply, unmistakably human. Because what is beauty without humanity? A mask, a product, a performance meant to please, not to move. Today, perfection is mass-produced. It's been flattened into pixels, stretched into filters, printed on glossy covers and sold as self-worth. But the more we chase it, the hollower it becomes. We scroll through endless images of flawless faces, flawless bodies, flawless lives, and feel nothing. Because perfection has no friction. It gives us nothing to hold on to. The irony is that what we find beautiful in others isn't their flawlessness, it's their humanity peeking through the cracks. The vulnerability, the softness, the little moments of imperfection that remind us that this person, this face, this life is real. The Renaissance painters knew this even when they were chasing divine ideals. Look closely at Leonardo's Mona Lisa. She isn't perfect. Her smile is incomplete. Her eyes are slightly uneven. Her expression ambiguous. And that's why she lives. Perfection would have killed the mystery. Or Michelangelo's David, and he's not flawless either. There's tension in his stance, a subtle imbalance, a slight imperfection that makes him feel human rather than godlike. The artists may have spoken of divine proportion, but their genius came from letting a trace of imperfection stay. Because beauty without flaw is static, but beauty with imperfection breathes. In nature, too, perfection doesn't exist. A tree is never symmetrical, a mountain isn't smooth, the ocean's surface is never still. Yet we find all of it beautiful because it moves, changes, decays, grows. The living world doesn't care for flawless lines or polished edges. It cares for rhythm, for life, for motion. So maybe beauty was never meant to be perfect. Maybe it was meant to be alive. The myth of beauty, the one we inherited from marble statues and magazine covers, tells us that to be beautiful, we must remove what makes us real. Hide the marks, erase the wrinkles, blur the edges. But the soul of beauty is found in the opposite, in everything that time and experience leave behind. There's beauty in tired eyes that have seen too much, in hands that have worked, in faces that carry the memory of laughter and pain, in buildings that crumble and music that cracks, because all of these things remind us of life, and beauty is nothing if it isn't alive. We are taught to fear imperfection, but imperfection is the only thing that connects us. It's proof that we've been touched by time, by loss, by love, by existence itself. When you look at something perfect, it's easy to admire, but when you look at something imperfect, it's easy to feel. And that's the secret. Perfection makes beauty untouchable. Imperfection makes it human. The myth of beauty dies the moment you realize that flawlessness is empty, because it never needed to exist. True beauty has always lived in what's broken, unfinished, and real.